in week 4.
We're back. After the summer break, the Probite British Rally Championship resumes here in the very north of Scotland with the Voyonic Grampian Forest Rally. With 3 rounds completed, we've had 3 different winners, and all 3 will be looking to add to their points tally here. Chris Ingram hit the first home run at the Legends Fires Northwest stages. Ossian Price was next to stand at the top of the podium after a dominating run in the Rally Nut Severn Valley stages. This championship is anything but predictable, and it was Keith Cronin bidding for a 5th BRC title who took the honours in the Beatson's Building Supplies Jim Clark Rally. The last time we were in these forests, it was Cronin who took the win from Price. But to prove that consistency trumps individual success, it is actually William Crichton with 3 straight second-place finishes who is atop the overall standings ahead of Chris Ingram, who will be driving his brand new Toyota GR Yaris Rally2 machine here. Keith Cronin jumps into 3rd spot after that Jim Clark victory, with Gary Pearson 4th, Ossian Price 5th, and there's a bit of a gap to the rest. It's incredibly tight in the race for junior BRC honours, with only 8 points separating the top 3, Robert Proudlock, Kyle McBride and Callum Graffin. There are some major alterations to this event, as 2 stages will be held on Friday and the remaining 7 stages run on Saturday. With potential weather changes too between the 2 days, it adds a further layer of uncertainty to the already complex preparations required for a 2-day gravel event. It means the role of the co-driver is even more important.
Into, narrow, 3 left, and 4 right long, 100. Flat 5 left minus long.
But why do these men and women speak in code? What are they really saying? And should we be worried? We sent undercover agent Holly McCrae to search for the truth.
Pace notes are vital in rallying to carry any speed, and we use pace notes to describe the road ahead. So we use a series of numbers and directions to describe what's coming ahead and should we be going faster or slower.
It looks like gobbledygook to most people, I suppose. Does it take you a while to learn to read and write pace notes?
Yeah, I guess it does. It takes a while to kind of master it and get better. I don't think you can ever master it, it's something you can always improve on. But yeah, it's for anyone to jump in and try and read these symbols and directions and be at the right time, I think it'd be nearly impossible in one of these cars.
Right on flat crest, straight 100, slowing, 4 left plus.
Cam, I want you to take me to co-driver school. Explain what this page says.
Yes, this is stage 2 of the rally this year, the Grampian Rally, and so we've got the start here, and it's 150, which should be 150 metres, and then 5 right minus tightens max 4 plus. So 5 is a pretty fast corner, 6 is the fastest we have, and then a minus means it's slightly tighter than a 5, and it tightens to a max 4 plus, so it's tightening slightly, tightening down to the next grade, but it's a plus, so it's slightly faster. And the max means it's short and flat. So then we have 120, flat crest, into 6 left, short, so the corner's a short distance, and then braking 100, turn 2 left short. And that means we've got a braking distance of 100 metres to the turn junction, the 2. So the 2 is almost like a 90-degree corner, and the turn means we're coming off this road onto the next road.
So, now you know. After a winning outing on the Nicky Grist stages last month, Chris Ingram will be driving his GR Yaris Rally2 here in Scotland, and he can hardly wait for its BRC debut.
Just so excited. We had a great test rally last month, and feeling's great with the car. It's such an amazing car on gravel, so hopefully we'll take advantage of it this weekend.
The opening stage is the Hurley Bog Forest stage, which will be used twice over the event and is a long test at 6.9 miles long. It's fast and flowing, but it does have some tight sections in it as well, plus quite a bit of elevation change, and it is set to be pretty dusty after some fine weather in recent days. First to test the terrain, as he has been all season, is Chris Ingram alongside Alex Kihurani. And as you just heard, Chris is really excited to be giving the Toyota its first run in the British Rally Championship. A maiden BRC win for the Yaris would be Toyota's first BRC success since Johnny Milner back in 2003. Chasing Ingram here, but leading the championship, the ever-dependable William Crichton, aided by Liam Regan. And they will be looking to go one better than their 3 second places so far. Crichton fresh from an outing recently in Finland in the World Championship. Winner last time out and hoping to repeat the trick is Keith Cronin with Mikey Galvin on the notes.
Left on crest 42 right minus half on Titans, okay. 41 right, 40.
Ingram really enjoying the Toyota and pushing on, although he's trying to learn a new car and win a rally at the same time. Ingram's split times on SS1 are good, but not stellar. He will be third quickest on this opening test. Marion Evans and Jonathan Jackson are in the other Castrol-backed car. Marion has had all season to master the Yaris, so expect fireworks from him, but he struggles to 11th on SS1. And here's Max McCrae, who is combining the European Rally Championship with stints on the British events. Team boss Malcolm Wilson is here this weekend and has told Max to send it and see what happens. We'll find out. You heard earlier from co-driver Cameron Fair. William Crichton is on fire here, looking incredibly quick. And Ossian Price isn't hanging around either. Winner of the Rally Nut 7 Valley stages, Ossian, with Rodri Evans in the co-driver's seat, is looking to avoid the sort of trouble that hit him last time out. Is Chris Ingram entirely happy, though, with the new GR Yaris? He's losing time hand over fist to Crichton. This isn't the sort of start he would have wanted, although maybe a 7-mile stage exaggerates any time loss. He's 4.5 seconds down on Crichton. Keith Cronin is lagging behind William Crichton as well, but he's still looking to try to stay in the top 5. Indeed, he's 4th quickest through Hurley Bog. Another driver pushing on is James Williams in his Hyundai, and he is 6th through Hurley Bog. A solid and safe start, but he knows he has time to find on SS2. 22 seconds back from William Crichton, and just behind Williams is Max McCrae.
Short, Titans fast, 2 right plus. 150. 5 left plus, Titans minus. 50.
But William Crichton sets the fastest time on special stage 1 and is looking really impressive. It's the perfect start to his rally and sets him up nicely in his quest for a first win this season. After 3 second places on the bounce, Crichton is utterly determined to score a win here. Ryan McHugh leads the juniors in his Ford Fiesta, with Arthur Kieran sitting next to him, although they haven't yet had a category win this season.
5 left 40 down.
All go.
Yep, all 5 left 40 down, 4 right minus, there's a 4 minus 60. Left right C150, even on left right C150. 5 right minus over crest, over bad bump 40, the bad bump on the crest 40.
Kyle McBride is the man chasing him for junior honours, having won last time out on the Jim Clark Rally. Now here is a sight and sound. The great Jimmy McCrae, 5 times a winner of the British Rally Championship, celebrating 50 years in the sport with a return to the British Rally Championship for the first time in 30 years. He's driving a Ford Escort Mark 1. The car that gave Ford the first of its 8 consecutive RAC rally wins well over 50 years ago. And celebrating Jimmy's 50 years in the sport, the car carries number 50 on the doors as well. Finn Glennie stage is another one used twice. First up, it's SS2. It's a bit shorter than Hurley Bog, at 5.4 miles long, and it has a real drop downhill towards the end, but it's a lot slower and a lot twistier than the first stage, and it is one that can catch out the less precise drivers. It's also got some sharp stones on its gravel roads. Third fastest on SS1, Chris Ingram is looking much quicker on Finn Glennie. His confidence in the new Toyota is clearly growing. But quick two is Ocean Price. It's not a long stage this, so the times here are likely to be close.
40, 4 right minus.
But there's drama halfway through the stage as rally leader William Crichton suffers a puncture. He loses over 26 seconds.
Into flat 1 right, slight left 60. Watch yourself, this small fast left tight.
He gets to the end of the stage, but just have a look at the front left tyre. He's almost off the rim. All of that is good news for this man, Ocean Price. He's absolutely flying on SS2 and he's heading for a stage win. As Price tries to build a rally lead, Chris Ingram seems to have found his mojo now. He is looking very rapid indeed, and this is building up to be a really good Ford versus Toyota battle. And the Ford of Keith Cronin is looking good early on in SS2. The Jim Clark Rally winner knowing this will be a really tough fight.
Three, two, one.
And here's another man looking to secure a top 6 spot. James Williams flying the Hyundai flag. Ross Whittock is on the notes.
Short, okay, wide, 200. Flat crest 60, early 2 left, 100 care, slot 5 left plus, clip, wide.
Ocean Price, though, is setting a scorching pace, and he's heading for the fastest time through SS2. Chris Ingram, though, is not letting him get away. This is going down to the wire. Behind the rally leaders, Kyle White comes across a stranded Finlay Retson from the Pro 4 class, and with spectators waving him down to alert him of the dramas ahead, he makes a mistake and loses some time. It's a tough break for Kyle.
18, caution crest, late, 1 left in, 1 right in, repeat, 1 left, 1 right in.
Now, just to prove how close this lead battle is, Ocean Price does take the fastest stage time, but only by 0.2 of a second from Chris Ingram. Johnny Greer makes inroads with a top 6 stage finish time here, making his first appearance in the BRC since 2019. Gary Pearson doesn't find stage 2 as friendly as stage 1 and runs into trouble.
Too early. Oh, no, Yanni. Don't go any further back.
Time lost here drops him to 12th on this stage.
Take your time,
Hugh Brunton in his Skoda is on target to lead the open section at the end of the day. Among the juniors, Keelan Grogan gave co-driver Ayrton Sherlock a fright, but they were able to carry on. But this man, Ryan McHugh, ends the day on top of the junior ranks as we head into the break and the cars return to the service area.
4 right, 3 left minus cut. Left 4 right minus over the crest. Left 4 minus. Into 4 left in 40.
So, Ocean Price leads the Voyonic Grampian Rally only 4 seconds ahead of Chris Ingram. Keith Cronin is third, just over 10 seconds shy of the leader. James Williams is fourth, followed by the unfortunate William Crichton. Johnny Greer, who's only recently got back onto the gravel events, is a very creditable sixth, followed by Max McCrae, Marion Evans, and Gary Pearson, who had that difficult second stage, and Kyle White, who had that issue with the car ahead, rounding out the top 10. We're back with day 2 after the break.
Ready to take your passion for the open road up a gear? Set sail and save with amazing discounts on DFDS ferries, proud partners of Motorsport UK. Discover the freedom of bringing your own vehicle on board with convenient routes across Europe and flexible sailings to fit your schedule. Make your journey as enjoyable as your destination with excellent onboard restaurants, bars and duty-free shops. Visit dfds.com/motorsport and book your next adventure today. Sailing subject to availability. T's and C's apply.
You can't mention the British Rally Championship without mentioning Jimmy McCrae, a winner of the title a record 5 times. Jimmy, as you've seen, is back behind the wheel here in a Mark I Escort, while grandson Max is already a winner of a junior ERC event and currently sits in 7th position after 2 stages. Who better then to talk to the two of them than Holly McCrae?
This is the first entry list you're on with your grandson. Tell me how that feels.
Very old. No, it's 50 years since I started rally, and then I always said I would try and do an event in my 50th year, and because Max was doing this event, we thought it would be a great idea. I don't think there's many events that will have a grandson and a grandfather doing the rally.
It's pretty strange seeing him standing here in the suit in the service park, and he's normally worried walking around thinking and stressing himself out about me, so he has to worry about himself this weekend. I think I might have to keep an eye in my rearview mirror if he gets back to his old days.
Will you be keeping an eye on your grandson out in the stages, or are you going to be focusing on what's happening in that Escort?
I don't think I'll be. He should be worrying about me, but I'll be worrying about myself. Well, I want to be first Mark I Escort, that's for sure.
Special Stage 3 is the Clattering Kist stage. It's a relatively short test at just 3.84 miles long, but the road climbs uphill towards the end, and unlike some stages this weekend, it is used only once, so you have to nail it first time around. It's a short stage at just over 3 minutes, but precision is key so that precious seconds aren't lost. Oh, and it's a dry and dusty start to the day as well. Reseeded overnight, it's Ossian Price who leads them into action on day 2. Remember, he has a 4-second lead after yesterday's 2 stages. But Chris Ingram is out to make inroads on that 4-second lead of Price's in this first outing for him in a BRC event in the Toyota GR Yaris. Ingram, strangely, was bested in both of the Friday evening stages and needs to kickstart his rally this morning. An Ingram-Price battle is one that the ardent fans have come to see. But Ossian isn't in the mood to give it up to Ingram. He's really charging here. Looking at split times, it is still advantage Price as he aims to increase his slender advantage.
3, 2.
Third place, Keith Cronin is looking to hold on to a podium spot or go even better and try to replicate his Jim Clark rally win.
The tree right, don't got 80.
2 right half.
Fourth on the road, James Williams has just over 18 seconds to make up on leader Price.
Mind the short, don't.
Mind the logs.
40. Short, flat right, 70. Flat 2 left. Right over 40. Very fast, 3 left plus.
There's not much time to be made up on this short stage, but Chris Ingram is flying and he ends the stage 4/10 of a second quicker than Price for his first BRC stage win in the Yaris. Now for a rally win. Keith Cronin is looking noticeably slower than the first 2 cars, suggesting that he's going to lose some time in here. Cronin has made suspension adjustments for today and gone for a different choice of tyre, so this opening test will show whether that has been the correct call. Here's a man who isn't losing time. William Crichton has time to make up after losing 26 seconds due to yesterday's puncture, and that's just what he's doing. The M Sport Fiesta is in fine form here, and Crichton is on a mission to make up for yesterday. Ossian Price will set the benchmark time on SS3, finishing at just under 3 minutes and 10 seconds. But William Crichton looks like he is the only one who can challenge that time from Price, and he will end the stage 1.2 seconds quicker than anyone else. He's just under a second behind 4th placed James Williams in the overall order. The McCrae name is flying high as Max is set for a top 6 finish on SS3. It's been a good start to the event for the Ford driver, and there's a lot of support for him around the route. Gary Pearson looks to be going one better and sits in 5th on this stage and continues his battle for a top 6 position with Daniel Barrett sitting alongside him. He's fighting the second Toyota of this man. Myrian Evans is just over a second behind Pearson, having lost time on SS2 yesterday when he hit a rock and punctured a tyre. Emily Easton-Page is on the notes for Kyle White, whose up and down season returns to down.
We're out. We're out.
What's up?
No water pressure.
It's a loss of water pressure.
Oh, she's cooked herself.
Ryan McHugh continues his battle for junior BRC success in his Ford, and he ends up 3 seconds quicker than Peugeot driver Kyle McBride, who remains his closest challenger. Robert Proudlock is also in the junior mix, and it's developing into a really good battle. Stage 4 is the Whitehouse test at 5.74 miles long. The road rises and falls and is another test of car and driver on what is turning out to be a really tense event thus far. Good times should be just over 5 minutes and 20 seconds, and in the dry, the cars will be flying. Oisin Price is fully aware that the gap to Ingram is coming down. He really needs to push here to try to build the gap again. He's just 3.6 seconds ahead coming into this stage. Oisin has every reason to be worried because Chris Ingram is looking fantastic. The more miles he does, the more confident he is. And William Crichton is fighting back after his puncture yesterday. 5th after SS3, he still has 24.5 seconds to make up, and that is not going to be easy. He has to push, no question. Keith Cronin's time confirms that he's still a little off the pace. He ends the stage 7th quickest, but he's 4th overall. But Crichton is in a league of his own, and his time is fully 3.4 seconds quicker than the rest of the field. He's now up to 3rd, having leapfrogged both James Williams and Cronin. He still has a lot of ground to make up, but is in full attack mode. James Williams, with his 3rd successive 4th place stage finish, looks like the model of consistency as Ross Whittock guides him to the end of the stage.
Left plus, keep 60.
Ingram finishes and closes to 1.9 seconds on leader Price, but the man coming up in the rear view mirrors is William Crichton.
Max finish over max crest 60. 2 right half into 2 left over crest.
Hold on. Car felt strange in there.
A tricky start to the morning. The second stage of the loop was really difficult. So many changes of grip. You know, you're going from a slightly wider road into a narrow road with a lot of grass. So just trying to read that, but we had a pretty clean stage. Left some time in there, but it's such a fine line. So to be honest, just happy to get out with 2 fastest stage times this morning.
Pride of place on this stage among the junior runners is Keelan Grogan, who was a full 4 seconds better than leader Ryan McHugh, but the gap to McHugh is still 21 seconds. The cars return to service before stage 5, and we'll take that opportunity to take a short break. Round 4 of the Probite British Rally Championship is the Voyonic Grampian Forest Rally. Stage 5 is the 5.25 mile test of Durris, with a steep climb after the opening mile. It is used only once, and a good time here should be in the region of 4 minutes and 15 seconds. The service break is done, and it's rally leader Oisin Price who heads off onto stage 5 first. But remember, he has under 2 seconds of a lead now over Chris Ingram. He can't relax at all, so this is another flat-out blast through the forests for the 2022 British Rally Champion. Meanwhile, Chris Ingram has a number of tasks to worry about. The first, to catch and overhaul Price, and the second is that championship leader William Crichton is gaining ground all the time. Like Price, Ingram has to push hard in the popular Yaris.
King, 1 right opens long.
Drama for William Crichton, an uncharacteristic mistake from the Northern Irish driver as he spins the Fiesta midway through the stage. He gets going again, but loses well over 20 seconds. And surely that is too much for even a man of his skill to make up.
50. Flat 1 right keep. Into.
And here's another spin. This time it's rally leader Oisin Price. Stage 5 is causing mayhem. And it's not just the spin that loses him time, but look, on the narrow forest track, it takes half a dozen or so attempts of back and forth before Price has the car back on the stage. That is where the time is lost, and this drama could well change the outcome of the rally. Huge drama on stage 5 then, and that really opens the day up for Chris Ingram, and he doesn't need another invitation as he posts the fastest time on this stage, nearly 2 seconds quicker than the next best. That puts Ingram into the rally lead for the first time. And up to second place comes Keith Cronin. Ingram now, though, has almost 15 seconds on the 4-time BRC champion, and Cronin suffers a slow puncture on this stage, necessitating a change before special stage 6. Even so, he's in the mix and knows that to win a championship, you need to score points. James Williams in his Hyundai posts the 3rd best time on stage 5 and is now up to 4th overall. Johnny Greer, who started this rally with a bang, has found his form again here as he grabs the 4th fastest time on this stage. The 5 times Northern Ireland Rally Champion is revelling in a return to the BRC and to gravel stages. Price slips to 3rd overall with that spin, but James Williams is just 0.3 of a second behind. That podium position is looking very vulnerable. And adding to Price's problems, in all his efforts to turn the car around after the spin, he has lost pressure in the clutch and loses 27.8 seconds to Ingram. Hugh Brunton continues to lead the open category with Terry Mallin in the co-driver's seat. But the drama continues across all categories here in Scotland. Junior BRC leader Ryan McHugh has retired. A bridge broke a wheel and shredded his tyre, turning the class battle upside down. The advantage is now with Carl McBride, but not for long. After a spectacular off, we're pleased to report both Kyle McBride and Darren Mullen emerged unscathed after their high-speed accident. So now, Robert Proudlock, the championship leader, is top of the pile in the junior ranks. He lost 4th gear on Friday's stages and has been playing catch-up ever since, having elected to score BRC junior points only this weekend by bolting on Pirelli tyres and forsaking scoring in the Stellantis Motorsport Rally Cup. Stage 6 is Drumtochty, and this is a beast. It's over 10 miles long, full of corners, many of which are hairpins, and lots of elevation change as well. It's fast though in places, and times at just over 9 minutes and 40 seconds will be enough to put you up the order. But now the pressure is on with just 4 stages to go. Mistakes can't be made. Oisin Price needs to gather his thoughts and go on a charge again, and he is certainly doing that here on stage 6. He has 25.9 seconds to make up on rally leader Chris Ingram, and that's a big chunk of time. But Ingram is not going to let that gap go easily. Not only is he after a maiden BRC win in the Yaris, it's also his first time on the Grampian event, so a win first time out would be quite something. Keith Cronin is trying not to let Ingram get away. He's still looking at a podium place, but has changed a tyre for stage 6, and it's not a like-for-like change, so the pace of the car is compromised. The man chasing Cronin is James Williams, who is hanging on to 3rd place overall, but there's only 1.4 seconds between them coming into stage 6. Another great drive from Johnny Greer. He's really enjoying himself as he lays down the 4th fastest time on this tricky test and holds 6th overall. Hopefully this has whetted his appetite for the BRC and we'll see more of him this season. Behind Greer is Marion Evans in 7th overall, and although he has never tackled the Grampian before, he's flying. From 11.4 seconds behind Greer, he narrows the gap to 3.7 after stage 6.
150. Slight right over crest, only 20 down, open hairpin left in. And
the final service stop is beckoning, and Oisin Price will go there with an 18.5 second deficit to Chris Ingram.
Yeah, really good. We can still find a bit of speed. Rhythm's not really there, but yeah, the other guy's been really unlucky. We need to keep our head now.
And this might be the unluckiest man in Scotland today. William Crichton is charging up the field, only to have yet another puncture.
I think we've 2 punctures.
Carbon left, 80.
a rock the size of my head on the line. I tried to avoid it. I thought I went over it. Well, I did. I went over the middle of it with the front of the car, but the back is obviously touched on the way around the corner. So slow corner, but yeah.
And following the drama of Special Stage 5, Robert Proudlock continues to lead the junior ranks. Having won on the Severn Valley Rally, Proudlock is after a second win of the season. But as we head into Special Stage 7, let's once again enjoy the sight and sound of Jimmy McCrae and his Escort Mark 1. Special Stage 7 takes us back to where it all began yesterday, the 6.9 mile long Hurley Bog stage. Now, with one look at the stage already, expect the drivers to be more confident, braver and quicker today, so the fastest time of William Crichton at 6 minutes and 10 seconds could well be obliterated. So can Ossian Price make up the 18.5 seconds in the 3 remaining stages? He will certainly give it a good go, but the early signs are not good. Ingram is matching his pace.
Very late, tight to...
Rally leader Chris Ingram is in no mood to relinquish his spot. With a win here, he would also become the first man this season to win 2 events.
C150.
James Williams has had 2 4th places this season. He's keen to go one better here, and the battle for that last podium spot is the main interest now. He's had some bad luck this season, but in the Scottish sunshine, the Hyundai is looking impressive. By the end of this stage, Williams will be just 0.4 of a second behind Keith Cronin, who wants to cement his 3rd place in the championship. But a fierce fight for the last podium position is on the cards. William Crichton, though, shows what could have been as he absolutely blitzes the field with a time that is nearly 2 seconds quicker than the rest. Yesterday, he did a 6 minutes 10.5. Today, 6 minutes 6.9. Just imagine doing 100 mile an hour on these forest roads. Max McCrae showing his best form so far this season with a rapid 3rd on this stage. The Ford Fiesta is now 9th overall. Neil Roskell, who is still quite new to the joys of gravel, is looking for a top 10 place. But he and Di Roberts, sitting next door, will be looking forward to the double-header at Rally Ceredigion on asphalt. They're a long way down overall, but staying in the top 10 of British Rally Championship point scorers. So, with just 2 stages remaining, this is how it stands at the Voyonic Grampian Forest Rally. Chris Ingram and Alex Kihurani lead by 20.6 seconds from Ossian Price, with Keith Cronin behind. James Williams is 4th from a frustrated William Crichton, with Johnny Greer in 6th. Marion Evans, Gary Pearson, Max McCrae and Dan O'Brien round out the top 10. And we're back with the deciding stages after the break. We're back for the deciding stages of the Grampian Forest Rally, and Stage 8 marks a return to the Finn Glennie tracks. At 5.4 miles long, with a downhill section towards the end, it's a fast stage, and Ossian Price was fastest here yesterday at 5 minutes and 12 seconds. He needs to be quickest again here to try to claw back lost time and places. It's Chris Ingram leading the event. First on the road then is Ossian Price, and his time of 5 minutes 3.8 seconds looks pretty unbeatable from the start. But this is interesting. Chris Ingram is going noticeably slower here. He's got a big lead, so this looks like sensible rally management. He's around 7 seconds slower, but he's still got 13.5 seconds in hand over Price. Keith Cronin is pushing hard, trying to hang on to 3rd overall with that tiny advantage over James Williams. Cronin's pace is improving over this final loop of stages, and he's pretty much matching Price and Ingram. That's encouraging for Cronin after a tough start to this event. And here is James Williams. He and Cronin are separated by fractions of a second, but there's drama. Williams suffers a mechanical issue after he hits a rock and snaps a suspension arm. It's all over for him. That is so cruel.
Okay. Stop.
As we head into the final stage, the top 3 look set, but as we all know, rallying is never that clear cut. As if to prove the point, Gary Pearson, having had an off on this stage yesterday, almost repeats the trick, but at a different corner. this rally really is testing the very best.
5.9 right plus. Just keep it on the road. Yep.
Marion Evans was having a good run here, but this will have slowed him down. Even so, he's heading for a top 5 finish in this stage, and with the luckless James Williams out, he may also inherit a top 4 overall finish. And Jimmy McCrae in the Ford Escort Mark 1 is showing us how it should be done. Time for the final showdown. It's the aptly named Scare Hill stage at 7.12 miles in length, climbing through the forest, but with some really fast sections as well after some initial hairpins. This is another stage that will favour the brave, and mistakes will be punished. The battle between Chris Ingram and Oisin Price then has just one more blast through the Aberdeenshire forests. Scare Hill is ready for the cars. This rally has been unbelievable, with drama on almost every stage, but can Oisin Price take the drama to a different level? He's not going to overcome that 13.5 second deficit, is he? Chris Ingram is the man who looks likely to win this rally on his first attempt and will move into second in the championship behind William Crichton. Price, though, is flying, slicing into Ingram's lead. But is the canny Ingram just protecting his advantage? Keith Cronin is definitely protecting his third place and banking points. More than anyone in the entry, he knows how to win the British Rally Championship, and another haul of points will help hugely.
1 right plus.
Maybe the unluckiest man of the whole rally is William Crichton, who has had 2 punctures and a spin. He still finishes 4th. This was definitely a case of what might have been. Oisin Price sets a 6 minutes 10 second time, which is the fastest of the stage, but is it enough? The answer is no. Chris Ingram is just over 5 seconds slower, but it's enough to take the rally win. And joining the podium, Keith Cronin and Mikey Galvin benefited from James Williams' unfortunate ending, but already celebrating are Chris Ingram and Alex Kihurani.
How has this weekend been from inside car 1?
Really difficult, one of the most difficult rallies I've done in the UK. Yeah, awesome rally. I think we were a bit lucky really, but you know, I was unlucky on the Jim Clark, so I think we deserved it from then.
The surprise package for many. Johnny Greer will be absolutely delighted with 5th place on a long overdue return to the BRC. A storming run from Marion Evans on this stage. 4th fastest, secures 6th place on his Grampian debut. Let's enjoy a final look at the magnificent Grampian forests through the eyes of the competitors.
2 right, 5 3. Opens a bit for 120. 50 going out, 10. Line, right 2 left, a bit of the crest, close. Flat right 6, 60.
Robert Proudlock has taken full advantage of others' mishaps to extend his lead in the Junior BRC Championship. Steve Waugh and Carl Williamson take BRC 3 laurels, a 3rd win of the season. William Mains will be a happy chappy as he wins his class in his Vauxhall Corsa. He finishes 50th overall and takes honours in the local class for 2-wheel drive cars up to 1650cc without a sequential gearbox. He also now leads the BRC National Class Championship. And who better to finish with than the great Jimmy McCrae, who took that national class win. Not that anyone would have dared beat him. It was back in 1988 at the wheel of a Ford Sierra Cosworth that Jimmy won the Scottish Rally, then part of the British Rally Championship, and the reception he's had from the fans this weekend has been fantastic. It's been a joy to see him here. Confirmation then that Chris Ingram and Alex Kihurani take victory on the 2024 Voyonic Grampian Forest Rally after a memorable battle in the Kincardineshire forests. The Toyota GR Yaris Rally2 pairing beats Oisin Price and Rodri Evans by just 9 seconds, with the 2022 Grampian winners Keith Cronin, Mikey Galvin finishing third, both crews in a Fiesta Rally2. William Crichton had what might have been type of rally in fourth, while Johnny Greer marked his return to the BRC and gravel with an impressive fifth. Marion Evans, Gary Pearson, Max McCrae, Dan O'Brien and Neil Roskell round out the top 10. It's still William Crichton atop the championship standings, but by just 1 point now ahead of Grampian winner Chris Ingram. Chris, though, has played his joker, so William has that up his sleeve. Keith Cronin is third, and Oisin Price is now fourth.
A proud win, this one. It was a really difficult rally for us. First BRC run with the car, and still a lot of pace to come, I think. But I drove with my head. It was a very difficult day, but yeah, Alex was awesome. I couldn't have done it without him. He really guided me through such difficult stages today. So yeah, relieved to get the win. I think we were a bit lucky, but we deserved it after Jim Clark.
What does it mean when you get to the end of a rally and you're on the top step of the podium?
It means everything. I mean, we work so hard and sacrifice so much to be here, especially after the disappointment from Jim Clark and knowing that we haven't been to this rally before. We're first time in the new car. We really had to be sensible, and it was nice that our strategy really paid off. So a lot of validation, a lot of relief, for sure.
Good points for the championship. We're heading in the right direction finally, and really looking forward to my home rally next.
From a championship point of view, and it's really good because anyone can take points off anyone, and it'll probably bring it down to the last round.
It's very tight among the teams, with M Sport now just 3 points clear of the Castrol MEM rally team, which grabbed 35 points here in Scotland. JKS Team Northern Ireland now third. Robert Proudlock leads the juniors home, Keelan Grogan second and Johan Lloyd third, as many of the leading contenders fell by the wayside. And it's Proudlock who is putting daylight between himself and Carl McBride in the championship.
Tell us the story of your event.
Yeah, Friday night it started off in the worst way possible. Halfway through the first stage we lost fourth gear. So from that point on it was just get to service and see what the boys could do. But they put in a fantastic shift and got the car ready for today, and we delivered. So I'm absolutely ecstatic with that. But you know, it doesn't go without saying, just feel so bad for the lads that were leading the BRC at the time. But you know, we're there to pick up the pieces when they sadly had to go home.
Well, no one was going to take the national class win from this man. Jimmy McCrae celebrates in style along with Gail White, who will remember this day for a very long time.
Well, at your first rally in 1974, could you have imagined spraying champagne on this event 50 years later?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's just unbelievable, really, you know, to think 50 years on, to come and do it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great fun. But to win the class, I said when I came I wanted to do better in my seeding. That was what I had planned. So, but to do this and to be allowed to spray champagne, it's been fantastic, fantastic.
You've had a massive smile on your face all weekend. Tell us what it's been like to drive those stages in the Mark I Escort.
Well, last night was a bit of a baptism, you know, getting into it, and I thought, am I doing the right thing here? But today, getting back into it and doing the 2 stages last night just helped things to relax. And some of the stages today were absolutely fantastic. You know, the long stage, the 10-mile stage, I think I had a big smile on my face at the end of that. So, still life in the old dog yet.
Steve Woff wins the BRC 3 class, his 3rd category win of the season. And rounding off the winners, Hugh Brunton took the open class once again. There were plenty of fans taking pictures and videos out on the stages. Here's the best of the action from the smartphone warriors. Round 4 is done and dusted, with Chris Ingram and Alex Kihurani taking the spoils. In less than a fortnight, we will be in Wales for the Rally Ceredigion double-header, and you can watch the best of the action on ITV4 at 8 p.m. on Wednesday, the 11th of September. We'll see you there.